Hello, Lost people. It's Dave with Lost Farms Homestead. I'm at the homestead in town right now in the back room. You can probably hear the ducks peeping over here. This weekend I got a few different projects going on. I'm thinking I want to try and finish these panels here. So these are the panels that I've been working on for the bottle wall in the bathroom, in the shower. It's going to be like this when we're done with it, but this is the pattern, and I've got 3 panels here and I got one outside and I need to make 2 more. There's going to be 6 total. So this is what I'm working on right now, and I need 1 more of these, and I think I got some pieces I need to tape them together, and then I need to get the rest in order to make this pattern. And then once I get that done, then I'm going to need to get the foam panels and cut that out, and I got a hot knife for that. So I'm going to go handle all of that, and then we'll fill it up. I got the whole the concrete and everything down here. I know this is kind of a mess right now. I got a bit of a mess going on back here, but I'm trying to get this done so I can get this out of here and then get this cleaned up the rest of the way. So look at these two being goofy over here. Oh, what is that? Yeah, no catnip, that's natural. Yeah, and then this one up here checking them out. She's gonna smack them. Yeah. Anyways, those two. So we hatched out a bunch of baby ducks here, and they've made a mess in here. Oh, look at you guys. You're stinky too. Yeah, but there's 5 of them in there. And they're nice, cute little ones. They're gonna be big. And just in case you're wondering, that's like half a day. They were cleaned out. We cleaned that out this morning, and that in there, that is a mixture of food, water, and poo, but they just get it everywhere. And
True calls it beans.
beans looks like refreds. Yeah. So, but yeah, ducks are filthy animals. They really are disgusting, filthy animals.
But they're so cute.
Yeah, look at them. Yeah. Oh.
Where you gonna swim? You're gonna swim soon.
Yeah.
Soon, I promise. Okay.
But yeah, once they get a little bit bigger, we'll get them outside with the others.
Ew, my hands.
Yeah, that's nasty. That's why I didn't pick them up. Okay. Anyways, all right, so I'm going to go make sure that I got all the parts that I need, and then I will line out the foam insulation and get it cut, and then we'll pour this one ready. So stick around. Thanks. Alright, so I have set up the form here, and I've got it measured out exactly at 14 by 20. It's 14 this way, 20 this way. I've measured it out. I got my insulation set up here. This is 1-inch thick foam insulation. I've got it measured out for the bottles that I want to use here, and I've got all the bottles set up here that I want to use, and they're around it. So I've got them all set up and ready to go. So now I'm going to take this out to the outside here and cut all of these pieces out with the hot knife. I don't want to do it inside. The last time I did it inside, there was a lot of chemical in here and it was really nasty. And it's already kind of hot. It's not too bad. It's about 90 in here. I don't know if you can see that. It's about 90 right now, which isn't too bad. Of course, it's middle of, well, okay. Yeah, it's the middle of October, late October. Yeah, it's late October right now. It should be cooler than it is for sure. But I mean, it's not 100, so I'm happy about that. And it's not that hot outside. So yeah, I'm gonna take this right now and I'm gonna bring it outside and I'll set up out there and show you what I'm doing. So stick around. Thanks. All right, so I'm out here next to the power that we got hooked up. I got the hot knife plugged in and turn it on here, and then you got to pull the trigger for the light to come on. This is going to heat up. Once it gets hot enough, I'm going to cut out the shapes here. So I'm just waiting for it to get hot enough, and it takes a few minutes because it has to heat up, but once it gets there, it cuts pretty good once it gets there. This is a cheap, like $20 heat knife from Harbor Freight, but it does the job, so I'm not complaining. It's a good good tool for this. So it's better than when I was trying to do it with the box knife. That didn't work well at all, and I had foam everywhere, and it was a giant pain. This is a lot cleaner, except for the smoke, you know, but it cuts a lot cleaner. Here we go. Oh yeah, see? That's what we got, all the way cut out. So let's go see how it fits the bottles. Okay, so after some experiments and a few times going through this, one of the things, there's a couple of things that I figured out. For one, you can see here, there are 3 layers of insulation in this. So what I figured out was I can put 1 layer down and then put some concrete in between, and then put another layer and put some concrete and another layer, and then do the top all the way solid, and that way I've got about 1.5 inches solid of concrete on the face that'll hold it all together, and then the insulation will put the rest of it all the way out. So that's how I'm gonna run this right now. Hey, come on, out, get out. Sorry. Anyway, so that's how I'm going to run this. One of the other things that I figured out is that it's a lot easier to take this cutout piece right here and overlay it over the top of this and trace this to get the layout.
They don't come with bags anymore.
We got bags in the back. I know. Sorry. Having other issues, no big deal. It's handled. So anyways, one of the other things I figured out was it's a lot easier to place this over the top of the new foam and trace it with a Sharpie than it is to try and measure the parts and then place the bottles, and then because this way everything is lined up. Whereas if you try to just place the bottles, you might get them a little bit off here and there, and then it's going to kind of, you know, go back and forth through the foam while you're trying to place the bottles in. So I'm going to trace this right now and go cut 2 more panels of the foam insulation. So I'm going to take care of that right now. Stick around. Alright, so I've got this traced out here. You can see it's traced on the foam insulation. So one of the other things that I figured out about tracing this is that the lines are going to be a little bit bigger on the outside and smaller on the inside from what you actually need them to be, just because of the thickness of whatever and all the whatever, for whatever reason. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back through here with my Sharpie, and I'm going to bring these lines out just a little bit farther all the way around and make sure that they're nice. And you know, I mean, obviously that's not round, you can see it's kind of oblong, and I'm not sure how it got out of whack, but if it's a little bit loose, that's okay. I can still make it work. It's okay if it's a little bit big. What I can't do is I can't have it too small, because if it's too small, it's going to bind up on the foam and it's going to break these little pieces in the middle, and then it'll make it where it's all messed up. See, I have a couple here, so you can see here where it broke here and here, but it stayed together for the most part. See, you can tell this is the first one I put down that's solid all the way back. The second one broke up a little bit, and the third one was solid. You can see it kind of got smashed down in a couple of places when I put all of the concrete in. But all in all, that's a good panel. I'm happy with that panel. It'll work perfect for what I'm doing, and it's not too heavy, because the more foam that I put in there, the less concrete that's in there, and it makes it a lighter piece, but it's still sturdy, and structurally it'll hold what I need it to. And then once I get it all grouted in and then stuccoed on the outside, it'll be fine. I'm not worried about what the inside looks like, I'm worried about what the outside looks like. Also, I'm going to spray foam around everything on the inside, so it'll make it nice and sturdy, so I'm not too much worried about that. So anyways, alright, so I'm going to clean this up a little bit and then trace it 2 more times. I'm going to trace it 1 more time for this block, and then 1 more time so that I have a template for the next one, which I'm going to do the next one tomorrow. So I probably won't do a video of that, just because this is kind of a lot and it'd be the same thing over again, so there's really no point. So anyways, alright, so I'm going to trace these out and get these cut out, and then we'll move on to the concrete. So stick around. Thanks. So you can see here I got all 3 pieces cut, and I got this set up here. This is where I'm going to put the mat. So I'm going to put these in here and get this started getting ready, and then I got to mix up some concrete, and then I'll get it going in here. So I'm about to get this going. You can see it's starting to get dark. It's getting towards dark out here. You can see the sunset out there. But I'm gonna try and get this done before I can't see what I'm doing, so stick around. Thanks. Alright, so first thing I'm doing, I've got these little angle pieces right here. I'm gonna put these in the corners to hold up the insulation so that it's not all the way down on the bottom. I'm going to put this first one in here, set it down, tight up against the bracing there. I'm going to put these in here so that they're holding up the middle. Alright, and then I'm going to start placing these bottles. Okay, yeah, you can tell these are a little, the holes are a little oversized, and that's okay. It just makes it easier to place them, so I'm okay with that. Okay, that, so here, here, here. Okay, so these are the white ones going here, like this. Where's the other one? Got it around here somewhere. Okay, so I know I brought these all in. Okay, this is the small one that goes here. That's the small one. This one goes here. These two go here. I got another one of these that's supposed to go here, and then I got the big, oh, there it is. The dum-dum. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit bigger than I had intended for it to be, but it'll do. Okay, and then I got the big one that goes here. Alright, hang on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, this is the Grand Marnier. So this is the one that goes here in the middle. That. Okay. Alright. So next I'm gonna mix some concrete and kind of fill in a little bit, put another layer, fill in a little bit, put another layer, and then we'll fill in the whole top of it. So alright, so I've mixed up some concrete here, and I'm getting ready to put it in here, and we're going to get this all filled up and done. So I've got the first part of the 1-inch foam insulation is already in there, so I'm just going to take some of this and drop it in a few places, more of like just an adhesive kind of. I'm not trying to really fill any space. Right now I'm just trying to get some concrete in here so that it'll stick in between the layers of insulation. So that's all I'm doing right here. So just trying to get it where it'll stick. That's going to be the pork chops. Alright, so this one, put another one in here, and hopefully we can get it on in there without, oh boy, that's, yeah, I'm not sure how well that's gonna, yeah, it's already kind of coming apart in some places. That's not too bad. It seems like it's going down here. Yeah. It's not too bad. I'm okay with this. This will work. Alright, here we go. Okay, that seems to be, okay, there we go. Just hanging up on that tape a little bit right there. Got it past that. There we go. Push that down. Okay, we're on the concrete down below, so we're sitting on it right there. And over here, yeah, we're on that pretty good right there. Alright, so I'm gonna put in some more. And again, this is just for adhesive. Again, I'm not trying to fill any space. I just want to get the insulation to stick together here. This is kind of like lasagna here. I was thinking about it the other day. I figured it kind of like lasagna, you know, a layer of insulation, a layer of concrete, a layer of insulation, a layer of concrete. But it's kind of funny. But yeah, so like I'm saying, I'm not trying to build up any thickness here. This is just try and get it to stick together. So once this concrete hardens, it ain't going anywhere. It might crumble a bit, but if I can get it to stick to the insulation and keep it all stuck together, that's really what I need it to do, because really what matters is the top layer of concrete. Once I get that top layer of concrete in here, it's gonna put everything where it needs to be, and it'll hold it all together proper. So that's really what I need. Alright, last one. Let's see if we can get this in here. I can see that's a little, oh, that's actually going pretty, yeah, coming apart over here a little bit. It's not too bad. Yeah. Oop, that broke. Yeah, that broke apart pretty bad right there. Ew. Yeah, that's not good. Alright. That's okay though, because again, once I get the concrete on here, it's going to put it all, get it all stuck together. And that's really what matters, is this top layer of concrete. So, put that on there. Alright, so let's start filling this. And I'm going to have to mix more for sure, because what I have in here is not enough. I'm sure of that. So, but I'm going to use this up, and then I'll mix some more. So we have finished this panel right here. This is what we got, and I got the side brackets put on here. and those will help to hold it up when we put it inside of the frame. And I got it set up for the night. It's kind of dark in here. Not good light for this. I apologize. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it right here for tonight, and we'll start up tomorrow. I got a bunch of other stuff we're gonna be doing, so stick around. Thanks. All right, so it is Sunday morning. I'm out here in the garden. You can see here's the garden area right here, and one of the smaller projects that I'm working on today is the turkey. The turkey is much larger. She's not a little bird anymore. She's pretty big now at this point. And the whole reason why we decided to get a turkey, other than, you know, for eggs and to eat eventually, was to guard the garden. So turkeys are really good guards for the gardens. They keep out rodents and bugs and whatever else. She'll scare away any other birds. I've been having a problem with birds out here, getting into everything. So we had her up on the porch originally, and she's making quite a mess up there, and it gets stinky after a while if you don't clean it up. And I mean, we keep things for the most part pretty clean around here, but every once in a while it gets a little much and we get busy and it goes a little bit and starts to get stinky after a while. So it's kind of a nuisance on the porch. So the idea was to get her off of the porch. So what I'm doing out here right now, I've got her cage right here. I've cleaned it out, and I've moved all of this tin. We had the corrugated tin siding, and I've moved it all from this here, and I've brought it over here into this one that we still haven't finished yet. So I think it's covered up enough where she won't get in here and hurt herself on it, I don't think. I'm pretty sure. She's smart enough to not get into it, so I don't think it'll be that much of an issue. But so I moved all of that out of the way, and I got this set up here. So what I'm doing right now is I've got this wire here and a cutter. That's not a cutter, but it's a needle nose. My good ones are up at the ranch right now, and a drill. And I've got these panels. They have some holes around the edges from where nails were originally, but not all the way around. Some of it where we cut it doesn't have any holes, so that's what the drill is for. So I'm just going to put some holes around the edges and then wire it onto the cage so that it can block any wind or rain or anything like that, so that she's not just out here in a cage, because that sucks. And the idea, we're going to leave the door open. We're not going to close her into it. We're going to leave the door open, but we're going to close the door for the garden, so she's encased inside here but not in the cage. So it'll give her more room to wander and do what she does, and she can scratch around and whatever else. So the peppers here, the eggplant is okay. It could be doing better, but it's doing pretty okay considering. And the peppers are doing pretty good also considering. Now, I would have liked them to have done a lot better, but being as it was as hot as it was this year, I mean, we broke records. We had over 100 degrees for like 3 months in a row. It did not get below 100 degrees during the day. It was ridiculous. I don't think it was below 100 at night even, and on many occasions. It was pretty bad. I don't know if you guys saw the news for the weather for Phoenix area. I mean, we're outside of Phoenix, but we still get the heat. It was very hot. So, but what I'm thinking is that we maintained them during the summer, and we got a little bit of fruit. I mean, it was kind of burned up a little bit. You know, it's kind of not really, you know, they're a little deformed and not really, you know, the best, but there is some fruit in here, not a lot, and it's kind of small and got all wrinkled up, and most of it dropped. You can see them dropped here and there. But I'm thinking that we just maintained them during the summertime, and I'm thinking that now that it's cooling off somewhat, not as much as I'd like, it got cool for about 3 or 4 days, and then it just popped right back up. But it does that every year. It'll start to cool off and then spike and then cool off and then spike, and it does that every year. So hopefully it'll cool off a lot more. And once it cools off, I feel like these are just gonna like go crazy and like start shooting out fruit everywhere. So anyways, so we pulled up the corn here, and we got, I think one of the bean plants survived, and we got all kinds of beans on this thing. It's shooting beans out everywhere, so that's good. I'm happy about that. I had a small harvest a little while ago, got a bunch of them, and we made some salad with it. It was pretty good. But that's one plant. I had like several in here, and then most of them died. And I was talking about that before. I think that was because of the corn. I think the corn is what killed them. Maybe, I don't know. But might have been the heat. But anyways, I'm going to put some more beans in here, and we're just going to put the corn into the dirt, just like till it into the dirt. And then I'm going to get some beans in here and get some more stuff going. I'm going to plant some more stuff around here now that it's cooling off, probably in a couple of weeks. I'll get out here and do that. I also need to clean this out, and I'm going to undercut all of that and get it cleaned up, and then undercut all of this here. This is the tomatoes. They went pretty crazy in here. I mean, it's a lot of green, not a lot of red, but we got a lot of green. The plants did pretty good. Now you can see where the dry spots are, where the hose isn't working right, and all of this, like everything from here back just died. Like it was not getting water for whatever reason. I think it was a soaker hose, but I'm gonna get in here and undercut everything and redo the hose. And I was gonna do that a while ago, but it's really just been too hot. I can't get out here in that heat. It's too hot. So, but once it cools off a bit, I'm gonna get out here and get that cleaned up. And I think they'll do better once we get them undercut and cleaned up and get the hose put in. And then I'm gonna fill out the rest of it. I'll get some more plants for the back of this, and then do this up with some beans and take care of the rest of that. I'll get some plants out here. So anyways, so for right now, I'm gonna get this going here. I'm gonna put the panels around this to close it in for the weather, and then we'll get the turkey out here. So stick around. Thanks. So I've got this wired up here pretty good. You can see top, side, back. I left this side open here, but it's up against the bed right here. So it's got some airflow for when it's hot. It's got the coverage for when it's cold. It'll stay dry when it rains, for the most part. More so than the wide open. So, all right, this is good. I'm gonna get some wood chips in here and bring the food and water down, and then we'll get her in here and see what she thinks. So stick around. Thanks. on you?
She's a little leery.
Yeah, farther than she's been before.
What do you think? Harper, come on. Out. Come on.
There we go. Food in here. I don't know if you want the food inside or out.
We can put it outside. That way it gives her more space. That's more of a nest.
Right.
What do you think? Oh, honey, I'm sorry. What do you think? Harper, get out. Go on, girl.
That'll work.
She's unsure.
Yeah, well, she's going to be for a while at first because it's all new.
Geico. Hi, pretty girl. I got you more space. What do you think, Geico?
What you think? New space? More space?
Your own space.
What do you
Sweet
think?
turkey girl.
Harper, stop. What do you think? Yeah? How you think that'll work pretty good? I got it strapped on there pretty good.
Okay.
I figure it'll give ventilation in the heat and then keep it the wind out, rain.
Right.
Should be pretty good, I think. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna eat some food. Alright, that's cool. So, yeah, we might have to herd her in here at night and then close the door up, but this will give her plenty of space. She can roam around and
Be safe.
and do her guarding thing. So,
She's an excellent guard dog bird.
yeah, keep the rodents and other birds out of here. That'll be good. So, yep, she seems to be doing good. Alright, so that's one small chore out of the way. Yeah, not sure what we're doing next. Stick around.
I'm cleaning out the porch.
Thanks. Alright, so I did not record this because I already recorded it before and I'm sure you guys have seen enough of it, but this here is the final panel for the bottle wall for the bathroom. And you can see over here, these are the others. I've got four panels here. I got one out here on the porch back here, and then the other one is in the form. So that is the last one right there. That actually is the first one, the heaviest. And this one also doesn't have brackets because I forgot for whatever reason to put brackets on it. So, but yeah, sorry about got a bit of a mess going on here in a few places. I got this whole mess I got to get cleaned up. And it looks bad, but those are bottles that we're going to cut. So, and for just so that we're clear, we don't drink all of that. Some of it we have a little bit of wine here and there, nothing major. We don't drink hard alcohol anymore. Now, I won't say that I never did. I did, but currently I don't. But these bottles are not from us. These are bottles that we've collected from the restaurant and from other people who run bars and whatever else. We have friends who do stuff like that. So that's where most of this comes from. Anyways, so that's what that is. Like I said, a little bit of a mess going on. So I'll get it cleaned up. But the thing is that we're kind of always working on stuff. So we kind of always have a bit of a, construction site going on. So, but it's getting done. So anyways, so this is that last panel for the bathroom right here, and it is getting set to cure. And once that cures, I'll pull it out of the form and I'll get it set up in the back so that we can start that. Hopefully, I'm trying to do that next week. I want to pull that wall out and flash it up. I got the flashing right here. that right there, that is a roll of flashings that I had custom made at work. The guys in the metal shop are really cool and they helped me out with that. Thanks guys if you're watching. So I got all the flashings for that. I got most of everything else I need. I did pick up some lath right here. There's some lath for the stucco that's going to go on the outside. And we did pick up more tile for the shower on the inside. I think we're going to forego because I had some white subway tile and it was really inexpensive, so we just picked up a bunch of it and we were going to put it in there. But I did find some other, it's like a brown, it's a really nice Italian tile from Italy, and it matches the stuff that we got for the bottom. So I'm thinking we're going to use that. And yeah, hopefully next week we can get that going, because I really would like to be able to use my own shower. So it's been a while since we've been able to use it. It started leaking like the first couple of weeks that we've been here. We've been here almost 2 years now, and yeah, we haven't been able to use it for a very long time, so it'll be really nice to be able to use it. Anyways, okay, so I got that done. I think it's right around 2 o'clock right now. I need to get my laundry. Is she outside? No, she's on the inside. I don't know if you can see the turkey out there walking back and forth. Yeah, she's on the inside. She looked like she was on the outside. I was a little concerned for a minute. Anyways, yeah, I need to get my laundry going and out on the line so it can dry before dark. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the side panels for the trailer that we got. So I got some stuff to work on that. So I think that's where we're going next. So stick around. Thanks. All right, so sorry for the wind. Last chore of the night. So we have the trailer here, the RV that we picked up, that we've been working on, and you can see the sides here are missing. And we met with the lady who we bought the trailer from, and she actually had the sides, but they were laying on the side of the house. They left them there for I don't know how long out in the weather, and they got kind of trashed. So here, let's see, this is what we got right here. So you can see the plastic is still good. The seal is kind of worn right here. It's not really the best, but the plywood is definitely trashed. So what I got some plywood. This is 1/4 inch birch plywood. I figure 1/4 inch is good enough to do this with. Also, I'm pretty sure that's what's coming out of it. Looking at this right here, I'm pretty sure that's 1/4 inch. So if that's what they had in it, it's probably what I ought to put back. So I've got all 4 of the pieces here. I'm gonna have to pull one off that's intact so that I can use the outline to draw the outline on these, and then I'll cut them out. And I've got my skill saw over here, so I've got a straight and a Phillips to pull the pieces off and to do any kind of fastener work with, pliers just in case. Got a brand new tube of liquid nails so I can attach it. You can see there where they had it glued on, so I'm going to put new glue on it and then press it on. And I'm thinking I got a small drill bit and I got a rivet thing here. So I'm not 100% sure how well rivets will work with plywood, but the way I'm figuring is here, let me show you. So this one here, see, they ran some fasteners through here, and the problem is back here you can see where they're sticking out the back, and we don't want that, because that's a problem right there. We don't want that. So I figure if I use a rivet, hopefully it'll hold it and not have screws sticking out, because you catch yourself on them and they can cut you and whatever else, and we don't want that. So anyway, so that's where I'm at. So I'm gonna set up over here somewhere and start measuring these out. I'm gonna take them apart, measure them out, cut them, and start putting them back in. So stick around. Thanks. got these taken apart, and this is one of the pieces right here. And you can see I took one of the ones that was halfway decent and actually I mean, it's trashed, but the shape is there. And I used it.
Sorry.
It's okay. And I used it to cut out these pieces here. So now I'm going to take this and clean it up. And I'm going to use the liquid nails to put some adhesive down and stick it in there. And I'm probably going to make a few holes around the edges. And I'm going to try to use the rivets to hold it on, and hopefully those will hold it on without busting through the wood. And we'll see what they look like when we're done, so stick around. Thanks. Hey, all right, so this is where I'm at. I got this one on here and it looks really good. It's nice and sturdy. I got the clamps holding it down so that the liquid nails will hold it. I put some rivets around, but the rivets are kind of short. They're not long enough to really grab it. So I'm gonna get some longer rivets, and I'm gonna come back through and re-rivet around it again, and just to make sure I got some extra hold on it. So that being the case, I've got the parts cut right here. I've got them cut for what I need. I've got these ready to go and cleaned up, and I've got my process down so I know what I'm doing. So now I just need to get the parts, and then next weekend or the weekend following, or possibly during the week if I get them soon enough, I'll get out here and finish this up, and then we'll get them into the RV and get that thing rolling. So also this weekend we picked up some cushions, covers, and the drain for the sink, and a few other small parts. So we're probably going to be slowly assembling that all together too. I'm thinking I want to look online and see if I can find a propane heater that I can hook up in there that will exhaust to the outside, where I can run a propane line off of the stove.
Any suggestions?
Into it. Yeah, any suggestions, comment. But I'm thinking I'm going to run a propane line off of the stove, and then where the converter is, I'm going to run power off of that to power it, and then just install it right there next to the inverter or converter underneath of the next to all of that, and have it vent out the back of the RV and push heat in. So anyways, we'll see what we can find and figure out, but I would like to get a heat source in there. So anyways, we're going to be working on that throughout the week and next weekend, and whenever or whatever. So yep, that's all for today. Thanks for watching our video. Like and subscribe. See you next week.